Hi everybody, welcome to the Keeping It Real Early Morning Reality Check. I'm your host, Keeping It Real. Hey, check it out. New York, about, 8 months ago or so, they outlawed every gun. Every gun. Not just, fully automatic rifles or what they call assault weapons, but all guns. You cannot own a pistol. You can't own the gun that your grandpa gave you. The one that he, used in the war, and he gave to you as a gift because he was about to die, and his grandfather caused it, gave it to you. You can't even own that. And the thing that's most interesting to me is that about a year before they implemented this gun ban in New York, they started this hotline. I can't even remember. It's like 1-800-GUNS in New York. And that if you saw somebody who owned an illegal gun, you could call, turn them in, and get $500. Welcome to America, with a K. Listen, Hitler did the same thing, folks. They implemented fear. With all these shootings, these false flags shootings going on in the world today, people are afraid of guns. You got the Aurora shooting, in the movie theater, Batman shooting, guy walks in, he's part of some DARPA mind control experiment, publicly known too, by the way. And, Virginia Tech, Columbine, Fort Hood, you got all, and of course Sandy Hook. You got all these crazy shootings, and what most people don't know, these are events that are created at the hands of people who want to take your guns away. They find some stupid dupe, and they get them all doped up on these psychotropic drugs, mind benders, serotonin uptake inhibitors. And then when they come off of them, they push them and they hand them a gun. And what most people don't realize is that when you come down from these uptake inhibitors, these psychotropic drugs, you get homicidal tendencies. It's right there on the fucking label too. That's the most interesting thing. Hey, you look like you're having some kind of, social issues, you're depressed, you're bummed out, so we're going to hit you on this psychotropic drug that if you just so happen to stop taking them, if you forget them or you go camping, you lose them, somebody steals them, whatever, and you come off of them, you become a raging lunatic. Listen, and it's on the bottle. It tells you on the symptoms what these fucking drugs like Zoloft and Ritalin and all these other psychotropic drugs do. Anyways, listen, they got all these fucking shootings going on and people are afraid that they're going to get shot while they're walking in the mall, at the movie theater, and all this stuff. So New York's got this fucking ban on guns, right? You can't have guns anywhere. Well, a year ago they started a 1-800-GUNS hotline, and if you call, you can get $500 for turning that person in. Hitler did the same fucking thing to the Jews, folks. If you saw a Jew, or you suspected a neighbor was a Jew, you could call Hitler's hotline or send a pigeon and say, hey, my neighbor's a fucking Jew, and they'd come in and scoop the fucking neighbor up and put him in a fucking concentration camp and gas him in an oven or shoot him at the open pit. You did your job. You did your duty as a fucking German citizen. Welcome to the fucking homeland, folks. Listen, this is America. We were built on God and guns. And you get fucking idiots like Bloomberg and fucking Rahm Emanuel of Chicago who are outlawing the very things that helped us get the country and keep the country that we have. We're losing it, folks. And when you're able to call and snitch on your neighbor because he's simply got a gun or you're scared he might be a terrorist, and their idea of a terrorist is a constitutional, loving, God-fearing American, that's a bad state of affairs, folks. We're going down the wrong pipe. And it's about time all you people wake up. It's insane. I'm not some right-wing nut. Listen, I grew up and I was told to love my country. I said the Pledge of Allegiance every single day. It wasn't because I wanted to. It's because I was told to do it. It was part of the deal, You were an American. You said the Pledge of Allegiance. You loved your country. You would fight and die to protect the freedoms that you were born with, not given by our government, folks. Listen. I only say this shit because I care. And I'm really worried about the direction that our country is going. We're quickly approaching a fascist dictatorship. I mean, where every aspect of our life is controlled by some nanny, some giant nanny. And it's not the president, it's not Congress, it's the corporations and private bankers who want to control your life and eliminate you from the face of the planet. They think sustainable development, They honestly believe, because they're globalists, that there isn't enough room on the planet for the people on the earth. You know, they believe there isn't enough food on the planet, on the face of the earth, yet they do everything in their power to stop farmers from farming. Listen, that's all I got to say is listen, folks. The wrong direction, you know, and if we don't wake up soon, we're going to all find ourselves, whether you believe so or not, you're going to end up in a camp. And they're building them already. They have for the last fucking 12 years been building these fucking family internment centers contracted by Department of Homeland Security, contracted Halliburton, KBR, to build these family internment centers that they say are for illegal immigrants. Listen, they're not for the illegal immigrants, folks, because they're letting them loose left and right. They're giving them ID so they can have illegal ID cards in the United States. They're for you. They're for you. If you oppose a global government, if you oppose a government that wants to take away your ability to defend yourself, to protect yourself, not just against robbers and rapists, but against a tyrannical government, if you're one of those people, you're a terrorist. Listen, that's all I got to say is just listen, folks. Watch the world that's going around you. Pay attention. Get your head out your ass. That's it, man. Head out your ass. I don't know if it's capable for some of you to do it, but you got to do it. And if you don't, listen, you're going to end up in a camp. Anyways, this is Keeping It Real. I'm a little bummed out or freaked out or irritated. I'm not really sure what emotion I'm feeling right now because of the state of my country and the direction it's going in. But you should be paying attention. I know I am. And I'm trying to get the word out there to all you guys. If you don't believe anything I say, Google it. Find out for yourself. You don't have to believe what I say. I'm just here to inform you. Hear you what I hear. Or hear you? Hear what I hear? Tell you what I hear and find out on my own. I've been doing this 28 years, and it's a sure thing to me that we're heading in that direction. So, listen. Listen and do. I guess the words I'm trying to say. If you hear that your neighbor is a rapist, and you fail to tell your other neighbors that your neighbor is a rapist, likes to rape children, and you fail to tell them, and he goes out and rapes a couple of kids, who's the bad guy? Not just the rapist guys, you are. If you see a crime and an old man getting mugged on a street corner, and you do absolutely nothing to help him, you're just as bad as he is. Listen, that's all I got to say. Listen, pay attention, folks. The world was not meant to be like this. Listen, I'm your host, Keeping It Real, and I got to get to work. This is my reality check.